Hello, and what's happening, everybody? Today is March 12th, 2025, and I have elected, along with Spirit and my spiritual team, to come through and give y'all some information about this eclipse season that's beginning on Friday. That's March 14th, and then we have another eclipse on the 29th at the end of this month. Y'all want to know how it's gonna affect you? It's gonna be packed with information. So let me allow some people to come on in and get their notifications and get comfortable. For the first few minutes, I'm just going to say hello to folks and also give you a few messages and or announcements of any kind. Come on in, waving hello to everyone. Hi, everybody. What's going down? Everybody on YouTube, please, first and foremost, this information that's streaming forth through me literally is all God sent. And I'm not just speaking that. I pray before I come on every live, and I know that God works through me. So I say that to say, support this, support the channel, support my efforts, support my ass being wide open right now, giving you information and sharing information that's coming from the ethers. And the way that you can do that, y'all, is just share the video. Let people know what this information has done for you and could possibly do for them. Now, that's only if it resonates with you. I don't want to make you out to be a liar. If it doesn't feel good, don't share it, but I guarantee it will, because my prayers work. And if you can't do that, please and very please donate to my Cash App situations. Here on YouTube, they are located, the addresses and the handles and all that is located in the description box below. You can hit me up on PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. If you don't have any money and you're a little strapped for cash, I get that. So just do your best, please, to, again, if you can't share it digitally, that's 4 syllables, digitally. Okay, if you can't share it digitally, and if you don't have any cash in your pocket, live it. Live it. And that's a real request. You understand? Because sometimes people have a hard time giving. You know what I mean? But the way that you can give me and the way that you can give Spirit is to live your truth and live the information the best way you can that comes through. But I'd appreciate an exchange of some sort. And in that way, that is an exchange. But the other two can work too. Little Cash App situation, or share this thing on on the video. Do I sound a little conflicting? Maybe it's this premenopausal sweat that's just coming out. Good God. Hi, Miss Pat. How you doing, everybody? Let me say hello to the people. What's up? I don't necessarily know how to pronounce your handle, but I'm going to try. Pivot Lover 24. There we go. Who else is on Instagram real quick? Miss Tiff Griff. What's going on, Tiff? What's going on to Creativity Flows? Nell Bell. I appreciate you all being here. Like I said, pull up a chair and allow this information to hit you in the ways that was instructed from the other side. That is, what's happening, Jennifer Bliss? What's going on, D Stokes? Thank you, D Stokes, for your pre-donation. I got your money just a few minutes ago, and I appreciate you, sweet soul. She's a Taurus, so she knows money is important. ZP, what's going on? Bella means beautiful. I haven't read that handle in a while. I'm so glad that you are here on YouTube. Jay Walker is here and April is here. Yo, tell your folks that your girl is on, because we're gonna go sign by sign to let y'all know what this eclipse season is all about. And for those on Instagram that want to know any Cash App handles, please come over to YouTube. And it's in the description box. I appreciate that. Trying to cover almost everything. Who is that? Is that Renee? What's going on, honey? Thank you. You are beautiful as well. Diamond is here. Watch me work. Watch me work. What's up, everybody? I'm so glad y'all coming on in. Again, few announcements, just letting people get the notifications. Another announcement is this too. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I have been putting this out there that if you know somebody that was that is a survivor of the Altadena and the Pacific Palisades fire here in Los Angeles, I'm doing donation based readings only for 30 minutes. Okay, they can give me $5, a dollar, $30. It don't matter. But I'm not putting together a flyer and letting people know publicly, like I said on Monday. Why? Because people are greedy, people are selfish, people are deceitful, and I want the right people to get it. So if you know somebody that needs a word, that needs to hear what their ancestors, their guides, what their astrological chart is saying real quick, hit me up in my DMs here on Instagram, okay? Word Life Sonja Marie. I'd appreciate that. I'm just doing my best to do my part for the city and the county that I live in. Still hurting for the folks, still hurting for the folks. Please don't forget them and donate your time, your energy, your money. Money goes a long way because money is energy. I am not embarrassed to ask for money any longer. I was at one point, y'all. That's a whole long story, but not any longer because money is energy. We all need the energy. So if you can donate some money to the folks, the people that are still survivors of this particular horrendous fire that happened in California, do that. But let them know I got a word for them if they DM me and tell them, yeah, just tell them to DM me. All right. I think all the folks are here, so we're gonna get it started. And my sweat has subsided for now. You know, in doing these gosh darn eclipse specials over the year, y'all know I've been doing over the years. I've been doing this thing for a little bit now. And grateful for it. Really, really grateful to you, especially for those that have been holding me up, keeping me in good prayers, sending me money, sending me information, sending me resources, have been really talking good about my name in places and spaces that I can't hear you. I'm very, very grateful for you. And I've been doing this for a minute, over 10 years, I believe. If I start counting, I might start feeling a little old. So I ain't gonna do that. What I'm going to do though is tell you that I devised this particular eclipse special with those in the past in mind. Okay, what's up, Mary? Come on in. Gabby, come on in. With the past in mind. And what I realize is that I am a teacher. I am a teacher. I think I'm a good teacher, but that's up for other people to figure out if they want to put their own judgment on it. But I believe that I am. But I realize in these lives, I can't teach as much as I would in a workshop. So I'm going to do my best, y'all, to keep this particular eclipse season live special to the simple breakdown of what this eclipse is all about, this eclipse season for us. So what that means, just to give you a little synopsis, because people like to be prepared, I'm going to talk generally about what eclipses are. Then we're going to go into the full moon eclipse, which is happening on the 14th. Then we're going to go into the new moon solar eclipse, which is happening on the 29th. And then we're just going to break it on down for every sign in the zodiac. Now, I want you to be prepared as best as possible. Thank you, Ash. She said the best teacher. I love you, sweetie pie. This is what I want y'all to do. To be prepared for the 12 sign rundown eclipse and how it hits, please know your sun sign, which I mean, I'm sure all of y'all know, but do you know your rising sign? And let me give you a little information because I am a teacher. Really, really quick. The real reason why astrologers say when you read any kind of column, like when I wrote Essence, or if when I do this, give y'all the 12 sign rundown for the eclipses, right? Or any astrologers, normally what astrologers do is, I'm going to see if I can make this as simple as possible. We write the column based off of the rising perspective because it gives you a larger view and a larger perspective on that particular sign. So it's always good to read your sun sign and or connect with your sun sign or your rising sign. And if you happen to have both, like my dear sister Nemo here, what's happening, Sandrine? And she has a Pisces rise, Pisces sun, then Pisces is your jam. You dig what I'm saying? Or that particular sign is your jam. But make sure you try to find out what your rising sign is. Now, if you just got excited and because more information is going to come to you, but you don't know what your rising sign is, go to this website real quick as I list the rest of the stuff that I'm about to list. Go to your website called ALABE.com. That's ALABE.com. One more time. ALABE.com. It's a blue page or whatever. Go to the middle of the blue home page and it'll ask you for your time, your date, and your place of birth. Okay. You need your time to get your rising sign though. You absolutely need it. So if you don't have your you don't have your time, I'm sorry. You just have to listen out for your sun sign, okay? But if you have your time of birth, you can plug that information at ALABE.com and then come on back, okay? So you can listen out for that rising sign as well as the sun sign. Y'all ready? A few more people came into YouTube. They like to convene on YouTube. Y'all, if y'all want to come over to Wordlife, no, that's wrong. Sonja Marie's Wordlife Astrology. A lot of conversation happens over there. And you can join and you can like as well so the algorithm can get its beat going down. What's happening? Bella means beautiful. I said that earlier. Rabbi Rob is here. Crystal is here. Foxy Copper Smith. I haven't heard from you in a while neither. I'm so glad you're here. What's up, Bridge and Miss Irene? The village is in the house. So another astrology workshop is coming later this year. Oh, D, that Taurus keeps me working. She's like, whoosh, whoosh, crack the whip, girl. We got to get it going. You know, D, not too many people wanted to sign up for the last astrology workshop that I announced. So I figured all the people that learned from me already. And I kind of pulled back. However, I can be bullied. I can actually be bullied into doing another workshop. So hit me up in my DMs if you are at least 80% sure that you want to sign up for an astrology workshop. Basic information. Although astrology is so vast, it's never really basic. But I try to do my best to give you, I love teaching y'all, to make it fun, to make it relatable and all the things. So if you want a workshop out of your girl, hit me up in my DMs or let me know here on this chat thingy and I'll keep a mental note of it. In the meantime, y'all ready to roll? You got a piece of paper and a pen. If you are a note taker, let's get it going. I got some notes here myself, so let me make sure that I can see what's happening. Bada bing, bada bang. All right, let's start here. Eclipses. So there's always two types of eclipses. Let's start with the basic, okay? And by the way, please, and very, very please, if you have a question, the only way that I can see that question, because I'm kind of far side of the situation, the only way that I can see it is if you put a whole bunch of question marks behind it or a whole bunch of exclamation points so you can get my attention. I don't mind it looking crazy. I just need to see it in order to answer your question, okay? And please make the question as general as possible so everybody can benefit from it. All right, let's get going. Now, there are two types of eclipses. Normally there's a lunar eclipse and there's a solar eclipse. The lunar eclipse is when the sun is present, the earth is in the middle, and it casts a shadow on the moon. That's a lunar eclipse. That means the moon is eclipsed by the earth. Okay? So the sun, this is just physical positioning in case you wanted to know. The sun, the earth, and the moon are all in alignment during a lunar eclipse. And that's what's showing up for us on the 14th, okay? Then we have a solar eclipse. It's the sun, the moon, and the earth, okay? The sun, the moon, and the earth is a solar eclipse, all in alignment. I need for y'all to understand that because I think sometimes visually it helps to know what's happening in the sky, what's going on in the sky while we are experiencing this thing. Now, normally eclipses in a general way means massive, sometimes erratic, out of the blue, mystic. Mystic, no ma'am. Out of the blue kind of changes, right? Shifts, things that have been building up for us for some time, in which we know we need to change. And then the universe is like, all right, chick, all right, dude, we got to make this happen. Whatever that was, knock it out the way, make it happen. You dig what I'm saying? The rug is pulled out from you, change is happening, and it's the universe's way of putting us back on track. So us very procrastinating, scary ass humans don't stay stuck in our stuckness. Does that make sense? Yes, yes, y'all. I love communicating with y'all. So whenever anything makes sense, you can put up 3 Ys for yes, yes, y'all. Whatever it is that you can agree with me on, I'd appreciate that, or encourage the situation. I'd appreciate that, so I know that y'all there, okay? Also, eclipses drudge up a lot of karmic information too. Okay, the shifts and the changes come due to karmic information. Now, for those who don't know what karmic information is, energy and or unfinished business that you've had from other lifetimes and other positions in existence. All right. I believe in multiple lifetimes. I believe that energy never dies. I believe that we just keep reincarnating and being a flower, a freaking mouse, a human, an elephant. I believe in all of that because, again, energy never dies. But oftentimes when we're traveling through these different incarnations and through these energies, we pick up lessons, we pick up things in which we don't complete. So the moon is responsible for holding these karmic lessons. Why? Because it's the gateway to our emotional responses and expressions. It's almost like the heart's mouth is the moon. I've never said that before. That was pretty dope. Thank you, Spirit. I appreciate you. You got that, Sonja. You know what I mean? The moon is like the heart's mouth. So whatever karmic information, emotional karmic information that's held in the body, that's held in the spirit, will do its best to come out through the moon. That's why we always talk about the moon and the sign that it's in, because it's the gateway to the peoples. It's the gateway to the earth. It's the gateway to the outside of you and how you really feel. Expression. Okay. So sometimes when these eclipses happen, some of this information may not resonate with you because you're like, I don't know, Sonya, it doesn't feel like blah, blah, blah. When I start getting into the 12 sign rundown situation for the eclipses, it may not resonate on some level. Why? Because your karmic information may be totally different than what this Virgo full moon or this new moon in Aries, both eclipses, are trying to tell us. You dig? What are you holding? What do you need to let go? It will come through the guise and through the filter of the sign that it's in, but oftentimes it's coming through to share, or I should say to express what it is you need to let go once and for all. And then thirdly or fourthly, I lose count. The moon and the expression, the eclipse expression of the moon can also deal with mamas, mother issues, female connections. Let me take a sip while y'all ponder on that. Hey Angie, how you doing? You didn't miss too much. We're just getting started. You're right on time. Divine time always, y'all. Divine time always. So y'all kind of got a general understanding about what eclipses mean. It can fall under any or all of those descriptions on what an eclipse is. Okay. But generally speaking, it's massive changes due to karmic information, due to relationships with your mother or women that's in your life. You understand? Due to energy that just needs to be expressed. Again, due to changes that you've been sitting on for forever. And this time to get up off your booty with that information, that energetic information. All right. You're ready? Now, what I want you to do, because I am a teacher, right? But again, I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. What I want you to do is add layers onto my descriptions of each thing. So the first layer is, if you want to take notes, just make the first layer, the first column, change. because eclipses are change due to all the things I just explained, right? Now we have to look at two other components that are very, very, very necessary and important in what this change, this eclipse, this erratic shift is all about. We need to know, for one, is it a full moon or is it a new moon? Because remember, when it's eclipsed, it eclipses the whole entity, the whole moon. So is the whole moon new or is the whole moon full? Because when it's full, that means when it's eclipsed and the change is happening, we need to relieve some things. We need to let go of some things. Hence the name is full. It's to the hilt. It can't go any longer due to all the expressions, the karmic information, the energy, the emotions that is holding. Y'all with me? Yes, yes, y'all. I know you're smart. Everybody that comes on here is highly intelligent. So I know that you are following me. But if not, just ask a question and I'll jump right in there and answer it as best as I can. Okay. Now, full moons, again, full, swell, need to release the energy that is holding. The new moon is newness, is blank. It needs to receive. We need to receive some new energy. It's simple. And I'm taking my time and explaining like a 2-year-old because it gets even more and more, but I'm not going to go too deep. I promise, I promise. Just remember, full moon is ending. Release all the shit. New moon is empty. So you got to receive some shit. And that's why these eclipses travel in pairs, because the universe is all about balance, y'all. Squirrel. And I promise I won't do too many of these because I really want to stay focused. That's what existing is all about. It's all about balance. That's why it's a waste of energy when we worry. That's why it's a waste of energy when we're fearful. That's why it's a waste of energy when we don't know and we feel out of control. It's a waste, y'all. Truly think about it. Because if you know things are going down, eventually things are going to come up. If you know things are emptying out, eventually things are going to be fulfilled. That is the way of the universe. That's nature. And that gives a hell how much money is involved, how many political assets is there, how many people you know, how fine you are, how much money you got, and where you live. Everything is a balance, a yin and a yang. So please do yourself a favor and eradicate any kind of worry that's happening in your life right now and be open to ride the wave always. Yin yang is always coming into a balance. All right, enough of that. The bottom line is that these eclipses always travel in pairs. Why? Just based off what I expressed. If we have a full moon on Friday and everything is ending, then we have a new moon in 2 weeks where we can receive some things. But bust this in the way that we receive, in the way that we end. If you look at a chart, it is the shape of the universe. It's a circle, right? So a chart is a circle that has 12 pieces of pie. These 12 pieces of pie, like pizzas, these 12 pieces of pizza represent the constellations, 12 constellations. What happens on one side of the piece of pie needs to happen on the other side of the piece of pie. Y'all with me so far? So if that full moon is happening over here in Virgo, it's absolutely going to happen on the other side of the pie in Aries. Now, hold on. Some astrology students said, wait, Virgo and Aries are not opposite. They are not. They are not. However, Aries is real close to Pisces. So depending on the degrees, I'm not getting too far, but depending on the degrees of each, they create a balance in the degree. And sometimes it'll slip over into the other side. Okay, sometimes it doesn't. So know this, that everything is emptying out on one side of your chart, is opening up on the other side of your chart. Isn't that brilliant? Like, for real, answer that. Isn't God dope like that? Isn't the answer, and isn't the universe dope like that? Aren't we taken care of? I really would love for y'all to answer that, because that type shit gets me high. That's the reason why I got into astrology, just to see the perfection of it all and to see that we are taken care of regardless regardless of our knowledge and our knowing of it. It's so dope, Becca. Come on now. You got to feel that. Okay, now, we talked about the eclipses itself, one layer. The second layer, we're talking about if the eclipse is full or new, okay? If it's full or new, one side of the chart versus the other side of the chart. Y'all get that? Full, we emptying out. New, we're receiving in, okay? On top of that, it also depends on the energy that it's in. Oh, okay. That's where the signs come into play. When I teach, I often do my best to refer to every sign as energy, as opposed to, oh, Cancers and oh, Pisces and oh, Aries. Like, no, it's the Aries energy. It's the Aquarius energy, which can be placed in different containers. You can have Aries and Sag. You can have Aries and Saturn. You can have Aries in the moon. You can have Aries in your sun. You can have Aries in Uranus. You'll get what I'm saying? It's the energy that we're speaking of. So if this full moon eclipse is in the energy of Virgo, that means it needs to release, let go of any emotional situations that's like that of Virgo. Y'all following me? Thank you for coming on in, Joanne 5051. Come on in and grab a seat. All right. So this full moon lunar eclipse at 23 degrees Virgo, by the way, hitting us on Friday, March 14th, needs to end some things in your life drastically that deals with perfectionism. You need to end something around about perfectionism. You need to end something around about denial. Now, that's a hard one. Please understand, I'm not poking fun at Virgo energy, but Virgo energy sometimes gets in stark denial. And you know why? Because Virgo energy, and this is hitting all of us, Virgo energy loves to be perfect. It loves the perfectionism, like I'm saying. And when it doesn't get the perfectionism, it goes into denial. I don't know what you're talking about. What I did was perfect. Wait, hold on. I mean, it was good, but was it perfect? Sometimes when we're in this moon situation, the expression of things, remember, add the layers up, right? And we have to admit emotionally that we're not perfect and that we've been into denial. When it's an eclipse, you're going to get shook. I want y'all to really, really let that sink in, because there's at least 5 of y'all that don't know what's coming because you don't want to see it. Understand that. You get what I'm saying? That's the denial piece. If this full moon is full in its shit, literal shit, right? And it's doing everything for everybody else, but it doesn't want to see that, oh, you need to do something for yourself, and it goes into denial. It'll be hard when that eclipse shakes you like an earthquake and you're like, why is the earth shaking? Because you're in denial. So the eclipse wants to eradicate any situations in your life, possibly maybe, in which you're standing on that you've been in denial about. I think y'all heard me. It wants to end in this full moon in Virgo any procrastination or any justifications about anybody or anything. It wants to end hiding behind servicing others to keep you away from you. That's a form of denial. But oftentimes what that Virgo energy does is keeps its focus on other people. This eclipse says no more, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So what it could look like is possibly maybe the elder that you've been taking care of moves to another nursing home. Or what it looks like is that your brother that you've been taking care of doesn't need your help any longer. And what that does is leave you in the middle of the room naked, realizing that you got to take care of your damn self. Does that make sense? Let everybody know I'm on here. I'm about to give the 12 sign rundown, each sign, your sun and your rising sign of this eclipse season, okay? I'm just setting us up real quick. Also, this full moon eclipse wants to end the lack of a plan and strategy that has you spinning out of control. If you don't have a plan about X, Y, and Z and you need to do something, like you know you need to do it, but there's no plan, there's no semblance of an outline, the eclipse will either eradicate that situation, take it away, or take something away in which it will scare you up like, oh shit, I need a plan. Meaning, possibly, maybe, again, I'm gonna try to give examples so y'all can understand. You get a new job, but you lied on your application. You said you can type. So all of a sudden, you're not prepared. And here comes this eclipse giving you that job. So now all of a sudden, you got to get prepared. You got to learn how to type. Everybody should know how to type by now, but I'm just using that as an example. No judgment. You understand? The bottom line is now you got to jump on your preparation. Does that make sense, everybody? Hello, everybody coming on in. I'm so grateful that you are joining us. This eclipse special is going to be the bomb, and I'm doing my best to set it up right and nice. Ask questions if you need to, a bunch of question marks behind it so I can see it. Also, this full moon lunar eclipse ending in Virgo energy wants to end paying too much attention to the details of past mistakes. Let me sip on that for a quick moment in time. Let me sip on that. That's a cute little melody. Let me sip on that. Come on now. And I say that because, again, oftentimes we get caught up in the details of a thing. Like something needs to be so perfect again. Something needs to be so organized. Something needs to be in order. Something needs, right, Becca? Something needs to be right, Virgo style, right? That you pay too much attention to the details. All of a sudden, I got like a visual of a mouse in the corner. The mouse is in the corner, making sure there's no dust, making sure there's no cheese, making sure there's whatever the case may be. But the house is on fire, cousin. You paying attention to the details and to the corner, but the shit is burning down. That's what this eclipse could possibly show us, you, me, something. You have to end the fact, possibly, maybe, that you've been paying too much attention to the corners and you haven't done your best to look at the bigger picture and have faith for the bigger picture. Recognize the house that's going down. Recognizing how you can pay attention to the corners after the house is secure. Does that make sense? Sometimes we pay too much attention. Hi, Miss A. Sometimes we pay too much attention to the details, which, like I said, the house continues to burn. How about end your innate feeling of worthlessness to obtain your dreams? Ooh, did that hit somebody? Did that hit somebody? Yes, yes, y'all, to the beat. Listen, what I said end your innate feeling of worthlessness, not worthiness, worthlessness. Excuse me, bourbon. Worthlessness to obtain your dream. Somebody told you, somebody was too critical on you. Somebody was too hard on you. Somebody was too discriminating. Somebody picked you apart up and down, which made you feel like in the past, possibly maybe you were worthless to obtain these dreams that you have, that this eclipse kind of wants to give you, but you got to wipe away this worthlessness first. Because it begins and ends with us. It doesn't matter about our conditionings. We can sit on here all day long. We can have retreat after retreat after retreat to talk about what your family did, what society did, what the government did, what your man did, what your woman did, what your children did, what everybody else did. But if you don't take accountability for what you do, if you find that it's difficult and you want to swim around the fact that you're the one that feels worthless, regardless of what they did. Okay, they may have made you in quotes that way, but how are you going to be responsible for getting that worthlessness off? This eclipse says, I got an idea. However it falls, if you that person, whatever the eclipse is saying in your life, it's going to rock you so you can see your worthiness. Again, you might not like it. And I have to continue to prep that if I only just say it once, because eclipses can be rude. Eclipses can be rude as hell. I mean, it'll pan out to be the best situation ever, maybe in a month or 2 or 3 or 4, or next year you may see, God damn, I'm so glad that happened. And I got that lesson and that shit shook me up. But initially, sometimes eclipses is like, I don't care where you standing. Let me take this rug. I don't care if you feel worthless right now. I'm gonna make you even feel crazier and take this rug so you can see the power and the magic that you bring to the planet. Are y'all with me? Ooh wee. Now, understand this. On top of that, of this full moon lunar eclipse that's happening on Friday, March 14th, 23 degrees Virgo. This full moon eclipse, whatever happens, whatever shakes up under the guise of Virgo, and it can be plenty more examples, y'all. I just happen to pick 7 for each, okay? Because I'm not giving y'all a whole bunch of examples and I can't see your chart. To be quite honest with you, I can be a little bit more specific if I can see your chart, but I can't. So just know that it can happen in a whole bunch of ways, a myriad of ways, with the 7 that I just listed included. Now, another layer. Y'all ready? Another layer to that thing is the fact that that eclipse, whatever that shakeup is in Virgo, is absolutely going to trine Uranus. Holy camoli is what I said to the village last week, or was it this week? Last week. I said to the village last week, like, what the hell is that? An eclipse, which is already coming in like a gangbuster. Boom, chicka, boom. We doing this thing. We shaking it up. We moving. We changing. We're better. It's going to hit Uranus almost like a tag team. Boom, boom, in a favorable way. And Uranus is going to say, you know what? I got you, Eclipse. I got you. As you're switching and changing, I'm going to allow some surprises to happen around that. Wait, hold on. Wait, what? I mean, this eclipse is a switch up, is a change. That's enough. It could be. You could bust your lip on an eclipse and be like, that hurt. But here's a surprise. You bust your lip, that hurts. And guess who picks you up? Idris Elba, motherfucker. Guess who gets you up off the street? You had no idea who was about to rescue your ass, and here comes Idris. Here comes Denzel for the elders. Here comes who's the cutie pie? What's his name? Pierre for the youngsters. Whatever you want, and some women too. I mean, there's some people that Angela Bassett. For anybody, I mean, I want to be fair out this mug. Megan Good, Megan Fox, Megan. Anybody. Here comes this fine motherfucker. That's Uranus's switch up, picking you up off the ground after the eclipse. Is that a good analogy? Can I get a yes, y'all? Or can I get a like, I don't know what you're talking about, Sonja. Let me know. That eclipse, I'm sorry. That thank you for sharing, Miss A. That Uranus hitting the eclipse is like, yeah, we changing. And let me tell you how surprising this is going to be. Let me share with you how erratic this is going to seem. Let me make you to be the rebel. Let me make you out to be the rebel that you are. With that explanation, it only means that when this eclipse happens, you're going to look crazy. You're going to look like the blacker sheep of the family. The blackest. You're going to look like black on black kind of sheep of the family. Oh, God. I can't get excited because I'm a sweat even more. I start laughing and sweating and peeing all at the same time. Listen, Uranus is like, because Uranus is the rebel, right? When this eclipse happened, you're going to be the real rebel. Ain't nobody going to really understand you. But does it matter out this bitch? That's the real question. Does it really matter? Nope. Yo, look for, gosh darn, somebody picking you up off the floor. That's fine as hell. Look for you being innovative, you being surprised by this eclipse that's happening and what could come out of it. And when I say surprise, I mean, as a human, y'all, even though we're giving this information and we all giving ourselves a blueprint of what this eclipse could look like, with Uranus in the mix of this full moon eclipse especially, it's like, yo, can you leave some imagination up to God? Can you let whatever happens, this eclipse happens, this surprise happen? Can you know in your prayers, in your heart and soul that it's all for the good? Can you? I need a commitment right now. Can y'all just type up something that says, I commit. I commit. I commit to the surprise. I commit to spirit leading the way. I commit. Because Uranus on top of the eclipse on top of the Uranus is Uranus, good God. It's like an 8.7 fucking earthquake on the Richter. And you want to fight that? You want to predict that? You want to push back on that? Come on, y'all gotta trust whatever is leaving you. Full moon, hitting Uranus, eclipse style. Thank you, Crystal. Commit. Come on, Phyllis, commit. Come on, ZP. Come on, Jessica, commit. Let's do that shit, the chatter. Commit, D Stokes. Let's do it, Angie. Come on. Oh, God, your name just went out of my head. Sakita. All right, Miss Irenetta, come on. China Wangs, come on, Miss Catrice, come on, y'all. Commit to the thing, Becca. Commit, Nikki. Commit, P-Bit, Lover 24. Come on. Because Uranus is saying, I'm not going to give you a hint about where this is going. I'm not, because that's just not how I roll. But on some level, y'all, we really have to be trusting with this thing. And I need to tell you, it's going to be challenging to trust what's coming in. Why? Because it's under the guise of Virgo. Astrology students, remember that energy don't like to be surprised. It likes what is happening for your highest good. Thank you and good night. I'm just joking. Okay. Let's go to the new moon situations, and then we're going to put this all together and go sign by sign, okay? So we got this full moon I just explained in Virgo, all the energies I just explained about Virgo, which ways it can happen, and then on top of it, Uranus wants to sit on that thing and be like, ha, surprise, bitches. Here comes Idris. Surprise, bitches. You're the blacker sheep. You understand? Okay, just reiterate. Now, on the 29th, of March at I didn't put the time. Nope. On the new moon solar eclipse will happen on the 29th of March, 9 degrees Aries. I'm gonna say that again for the astrology students. Love you too, Zena. The new moon solar eclipse will happen on March 29th, 9 degrees Aries. Okay. Now remember, new moon, add the layers. Y'all just had a nice little astrology lesson, so go back. Add the layers. New moons mean receiving new information coming in. To do what? To replace all the things that left. To bring balance to the things that you got rid of in that full moon energy. All right. Now, Squirrel, I do want to say this before I move on. You may or may not feel this energy shift on the day of the eclipse. Please make a note of that. It all depends on your particular chart, how it hits the degrees of different signs, different planets, your rising, blah, 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 your moon even in your particular chart. However, some never. It normally happens within 2 weeks of the eclipse, if not then, 6 months within the eclipse. Okay, on the day, 2 weeks, or 6 months. Why? Because it depends on what's going on in your own personal chart that I cannot see. That's how detailed this information is. Again, I do my best to just give you the general joint so you can sit back, meditate on, understand what's happening in your life, and try to match it up to the changes that's about to happen. But again, with Uranus, you just won't know. I'm saying Oprah can come out of the woodwork and be like, you want a car and $1 million, bitches. All right. So the new moon solar eclipse on March 29th, okay? 9 degrees Aries. That Aries energy looks like what we need to bring in to receive. The newness that we need to bring in is under the guise of Aries energy. We need to reintroduce ourselves to ourselves. What I said specifically in my notes is the reintroduction to self, creating new identity to carry out new tasks. Reintroduce yourself to you. That deserves a pause, a possible lighten of the sage, and a gosh darn joint or something. No, I'm just joking. But the bottom line is that deserves a little bit of a pause. Because goddamn it, who am I? I ask that for you and me. Sometimes we lose sight of who we are. Again, due to conditioning. Again, due to what they said that I was supposed to do. Again, due to your own fear. Due to your own thoughts and understanding of yourself. Due to your own ideas, ideologies, what you thought you should do by 55 years old. Who you thought you should be by 40 years old. How many mansions you thought you should have by 60 years old. All the things. So with this new moon solar eclipse bringing in new ideas and understanding in an Aries way, it's saying build up self, because Aries is all about self. Aries is all about self-identity, good, bad, and indifferent. But yes, it's about the self. Who are you? Why did you come here? Maybe new information, new resources, new people come into your life, new situations, new job, whatever. I'll tell you sign by sign in a minute. How is this new information coming to reintroduce, reform, restructure who you are? To you, boo-boo, not to anybody else. It don't matter. It doesn't matter what they think. Okay, I was going to go way off down the block, but I'm not going to do that. New moon solar eclipse in Aries also asks that we offer up, we receive new information to help us kick off a new project, a new thing. Now, this is interesting, okay, because simultaneously, Mercury is about to go in retrograde, all right, on Sunday. And I'm just throwing this in there as like a little side note, kind of like kicker. You understand? Because if you are the one that needs to invite new information, we'll be in Mercury retrograde. And you'll be like, well, I feel the newness. I want to do this new project, but ain't nobody calling me back. Ain't nobody answering my calls. Ain't nobody answering my emails. What the heck is going on? Pause. Possibly, maybe, they got to get their shit together. Possibly, maybe, the check needs to clear before they give you their money. Mercury retrograde helps to slow down information to get things in quotes right and on time. So even though you want to kick off a new project in this new moon solar eclipse energy round about the 29th of March, right? You have to be a little bit patient. Because we'll be in Aries season at that time. There'll be a couple of planets in Aries and everybody will be impatient. Trust and believe. But hold your hat. What you can do during that time, if you're the person that needs to kick off a new project, just get as much information as possible. Get your resources in order. You understand what I mean? Until Mercury goes direct and things can really, really pop off. You dig what I'm saying? But get ready to pop that new project off. Convince yourself is the point. When that new moon solar eclipse comes down. Also, it's time to confront a situation or a person that you've been avoiding. Is that you? Is that you? You've been avoiding somebody? You've been avoiding something? I know that sounds like denial. That sounds like that Virgo shit, but this is different. Because Aries energy, when it confronts a thing, it's going to confront a thing. Trust and believe. Right? So there's a new energy that says you need to confront something in a way that makes you feel like that you're not only putting up boundaries, I'm going to say it like Sonja would say it, to make you feel like, listen, y'all got me fucked up. You got this twisted. I need to remind you who I am. I need to not only create my boundaries, I need to bark and say a thing. I need to push you back with my energy and let you know I'm new out this mug. I got a new identity out this mug. And this is how you're going to have to answer to me. I'm Miss Hill. I'm Miss Sonja Marie. Everybody on here call me Miss Sonja Marie, damn it. I'm Miss Sonja Marie. And that's the confrontation. Stepping in somebody's face going, yeah, I am Miss or Mr. somebody. Put some spec on that. Also, this new moon solar eclipse bringing in new moon energy, Aries style, completely out on your own. This new moon energy brings in new energy that says that you are completely on your own now. Meaning, maybe you just got a divorce. Maybe you just broke up with your boo. Maybe you are newly single. Get that? Newly independent. This new moon solar eclipse energy brings in that singular, solitary, independent feel. For some, it's a little nerve wracking. It's a little gnarly, just for a few, because there are a lot of people that like partnership. There's a lot of people that like to do things with other people, or else, no, I'm not going to do it. Do you want to go to the store with me? Oh, you don't? Okay, then I'd rather eat something here, then it's okay. And I'm laughing because I'm just being facetious and mocking whoever that is. But the bottom line is that it's really, really true. With new moon solar eclipse energy, is going to force you, possibly maybe pull the rug out of your feet and go, no, you got to go by yourself. Maybe you sign up for a retreat or something, or you sign up for a trip, and at the last minute, your girlfriend or your boyfriend goes, you know what, I can't go. Don't waste the money. You should go by yourself. And all of a sudden, you're like, oh my God, I got to go on this cruise by myself for dolo? For dolo, cuz. For dolo. And you never know. Because it's an eclipse, because it happens so quickly, you can have the best time ever. You never know. But again, you might be nervous because I've never done this before by myself. I'm just saying. New car and or new mode of transportation. Yeah, Aries energy deals with cars, transportation, movement, motivation. Okay, so there's a new energy surge that's coming in the Aries style that can possibly reward you with a new car, or the fact that you need a new car. So possibly maybe your car breaks down, or possibly maybe you have to turn over your car to get a rent a car for a minute while your car is being fixed, and you like the rent a car a lot better. And end up wanting to get that for a minute. How you doing? Chisholm, Chisholm. Try to pronounce somebody's name on Instagram. Sonja, what is wrong with you? Okay. So a new car is coming in, new mode of transportation, new ways also to assist the underdogs. Ow. I like people that assist the underdogs. I like people that go for the unpopular vote. I like people that are like grassroots. I mean, that's just my own personal feels on that. The underdog, the grassroots, it's time to do something that's guerrilla style. Does that make sense to anybody, or you need me to further explain that? New moon solar eclipse energy says, you know what? It's time for you to go underground and to do things like a rebel, to do things independently, to do things for those people in those situations that don't get handled, that don't get attention, for the elders, for the babies on a particular block. Do you know, Squirrel? There are so many babies that are born without their mothers, and I've been saying this to myself. I want to do this. That are born without their mothers, without people around. That they need mothers. They need people to hold them while the nurses are doing other things. You can volunteer and go to the hospital and just hug and love on babies, newborn babies that you don't even know. The underdogs. People are forgotten. Sometimes babies are forgotten in that way. Does this make sense? How you doing, Rashida? Does this make sense to everybody? Find things, something that you can do, guerrilla style, that's not popular in quotes. You understand? Or for those that really need you that have been forgotten. Does that make sense? Okay. New ways in which to usher in how to live for yourself. I probably said that before, the reintroduction of yourself, but what are new ways that you're going to love up on yourself? How are you going to create and sustain this new identity? You're going to get a new haircut, new wardrobe. Excuse me for burping, y'all. Excuse me. You're going to get a new haircut, new wardrobe. How are you going to bust out? How are you going to exclaim, this is who I am? What does that look like specifically? Like for real, new moon, solar eclipse energy coming in for you. All right. Now, with that being in mind, there is an aspect to that new moon solar eclipse that's happening. There's an aspect, if you get along with yourself, reintroduce yourself, there's an aspect that wants to reward the new moon solar eclipse in Aries that's happening, that says, you want this new car, you want to root for the underdogs, you want this new project. Well, I'm going to allow it to sextile Jupiter. Say what? Another layer, y'all. You following me, right? Another layer. I want you to sextile Jupiter. So that means the eclipse, new moon, solar eclipse energy in Aries that we are receiving quick, fast, and in a hurry, like a change, erratic even. Remember all the descriptions that I've given you thus far, right? It's going to hit up Jupiter. When the shift happens, it wants to kiss favorably Jupiter, which makes us feel like we won the goddamn lotto. Jupiter has to do with expansion, rewards, awards, maybe the lotto, depending on where it falls on your chart. You understand? Jupiter has to deal with religion, spirituality, education, the student and the teacher. So whatever it is that you are inviting into you new, maybe you can learn a thing or two. Maybe you can expand your life, expand your mind with it. It's aspecting Jupiter. So whatever new things that come in for you for that solar eclipse on the 29th is going to benefit you greatly, especially, just to throw a little spirituality on it, if you are grateful. That's for real. That is for real. It ain't nothing like the universe trying to give you something, and all of a sudden you're like, I didn't want it like this though. I mean, he looked good, but damn, he's so short. I mean, I wanted to root for the underdog, but they tricked me when I walked down the aisle. Come on, y'all. Don't be petty with the eclipses, with the changes, with the things that are coming into your life. And I ask you that specifically. You know why? You got to be grateful, Miss Pat. You know why? Because you led yourself to this. You led yourself to this moment. So whatever thoughts and feelings you have around these shifts and the things that happen in your life, you are responsible for it. Because you built yourself up to this moment based on the changes, based on the choices, based on the decisions that you made, based on the people that you had in your life to help you with that. There's nobody else to blame. So for you to shit on a blessing, he's too short. You shitting on yourself. Why didn't you ask Spirit how tall you wanted him to be? Why weren't you particular about the blessings that you want in your life? I'm being in your face because I'm being in mine. And this eclipse energy, regardless of what any astrologer will tell you on this World Wide Webby or anybody that y'all get readings with, this eclipse energy is a lot more spiritual and metaphysical than you would ever, ever, ever imagine. And we are a lot more responsible for it too, because we create our walk. I hope that you didn't come on here thinking that you was going to hear, oh yeah, and this is going to happen, and you're going to have a car, and blah, 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 because that could happen. But this is deeper than light. It's deeper than light. So, hello, my name is Sonja Marie. So y'all got that information, right? Any questions? Any questions? Because we're going to get into the 12 signs and how it affects you, possibly, maybe, personally. Now, I say possibly, maybe, because again, I have to continue to reiterate, because there's always somebody that goes, I don't know, that didn't happen to me. Even after you hear me say this, you're going to be like, that didn't happen to me. And you know why? Because everybody's chart is different. Everybody's chart. It's like a thumbprint. Your personality based on the time, the date, and the place that you were born. It's all so different. Even if you're twins, it'll be different because it's how you receive the information that's coming through your soul. You understand that? All right, I'm going to take a little sip, give you a little bit of time, a couple of seconds to ask any questions before we go on to this last part. And we're going to run all 12 signs and how the full moon eclipse is going to hit you and how the new moon eclipse is going to hit you. All right. Thank you for your patience as I wet my whistle. Wet my whistle. When I kiss your lips, baby. I had to wet my whistle. Okay. I want a one-on-one, too many questions. Oh, Nemo, you know I got you. There's a lot of questions when it comes to astrology, and it's a lot of blessings being my friend because I always talk astrology to my friends and they get to learn. You got here late, Hill City? Nah, you didn't. You right on time. Will this be up on YouTube? Oh, yes. Yes, and very yes. It is going to stay on YouTube and on Instagram for that matter. So thank you for asking that. And come back later if you got to dip. If you got to dip out, all right? I appreciate you being here. And please share the information, or y'all can hit me up on Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Again, I am giving you my energy. I would pray and would love if you can give me your energy back in the guise of money, in the guise of sharing, in the guise of a little like on this YouTube joint, like in a way in which you feel like you have given, because that's what we do in community. You dig? Don't cipher people, please. Don't cipher people. It's not a good look. It's just not a good look. Okay, y'all ready? Any Aries in the place? Any Aries in the place? Now remember, before we got started, I asked y'all to look up your rising signs if you didn't know them, as well as knowing your sun sign. If you have not done so and you'd like to do so now because you came a little bit after the fact, please go to the website alabe.com. That's alabe.com. Okie dokie smokies. In the middle of that blue home page, you'll see a prompt that asks you for your time, your date, and your place of birth. In order to get your rising sign, you need your time. You need your time of birth. And when I run these 12 signs down, please pay attention to your sun sign and your rising sign, because they both can be applicable. Okay. What's up, Nikki? I appreciate you, honey, and I miss you. I really want to see your sweet Pisces ass. Aquarius rising? Oh, Beck, I didn't know you had Aquarius rising. That makes all the sense in the world. Yep. I love Aquarius rising people. Very non-confrontational folks and just love the people. That's Aquarius rising. Okay, I'm not going to talk about you. I'm not going to talk about you, Rebecca. Let's talk about Aries. Aries energy, whether it is your sun or your rising. This is how the full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo will affect you. Somehow, some way, what needs to end is some type of health regimen, something in your day-to-day activities. Maybe you were busy at one point and then all of a sudden this eclipse comes and you're not busy any longer and you got all the time in the world to do whatever it is that you need to do. We're on Aries, everybody, right? Maybe, did I say health? Health. Now, full moon ending when it comes to that health situation is possibly maybe what comes to an end are some ailments or some dis-ease or discomfort, which I hope is the case. But also it can bring up some ailments. It can actually put some light on some health issues for you, for Aries and Aries rising people. Okay. But as it hits that Uranus, it's asking you, it's saying to you that if anything ends when it comes to health, your daily regimens or co-worker situation, possibly maybe you have a co-worker that's moving, that's leaving, that switched to another job, another cubicle, again, ending. Because it's hitting Uranus though, all of that is going to be a nice little surprise, and it's going to be a shakeup that happens that's going to leave you independent and wanting more, whatever that looks like. I just heard wanting more, and I don't even know how that applies, but I'm just going to say it like that because somebody needed that. Full moon endings for Aries, all right, has to do with this sixth house. It has to do with your health. It has to do with daily activity. And again, there's a surprise that's coming. I'm picking up on somebody because for somebody, I feel that it is their job. What they do on a daily basis, I feel like it's their boss who is going to offer it up to them. And you thought your boss didn't like you. That's the Uranus part. You thought your boss didn't like you. So here comes the eclipse and the surprise coming through him or her. And you're like, whoa, clutching your pearls. Please refrain from talking shit about them, or else the surprise, the gifts cannot come. When it comes to the new moon situations, the new moon that is replacing, okay, what this full moon is ending. Come on now, this new moon solar eclipse is hitting your identity, Aries. So whatever ended is creating a new you. It's creating a new wardrobe, a new hairstyles, it's creating a new way in which people need to perceive you, and you need to push out into the world. What that means is all of a sudden, possibly maybe your stature is a little bit taller. You feel a little bit more proud of yourself. You feel not only worthy, but you feel like I can handle this. I feel stronger based on all the things that I went through. I feel stronger for changing some things in my life. I feel stronger for the new things that are coming in my life, right? It's going to hit Jupiter, right? So possibly this new feeling of being stronger hitting you in your third Jupiter in the third house, maybe that feeling is assisted by your sibling. Maybe that feeling is assisted by the things you need to do locally. I'm going to use that last one as an example and expound on that. Aries rising people. Maybe there's some things in your identity that you are going to change up to make you feel stronger. But what's going to assist is you going to, I don't know, a nonprofit organization. You helping your siblings or your siblings helping you. You communicating, you being on stage, you orating, you writing something. Is that going to be the better part of you? Meaning that the switch comes to make you feel pumped up. Again, the new moon energy is making you feel pumped up because why? Because you wrote a nice little manuscript, because you wrote a book of poems. Aries rising people. That reward is going to come from you writing. If you are fully yourself and you know yourself now, write a few things, say a few things, and get further pumped up to know who you are. Does that make sense? Aries rising people. We're going to Taurus now. Taurus, that full moon eclipse energy in Virgo is ending in your fifth house. So possibly maybe there's a love affair that's ending. Possibly maybe there's a way in which you loved yourself. Hear what I'm saying? That's ending. It could be the person, the love affair, or it could be how you decide to show up in love from here on out. To you or to that person or both. This is for Taurus rising people. Whatever is ending in that fifth house of creativity, possibly maybe you finish a creative project, possibly maybe you finish having fun in a particular way. I no longer want to go to the clubs. I like to go to the beach and hang out. Maybe you have made a conscious thought in your mind, and or the eclipse comes by and smashes your current club, and you're like, I can't go to the club anymore. Okay, well, let me go to this club. So I go to this club and you meet totally new people. You have a totally different sense of fun. Fifth house has to do with children. Possibly maybe your children. It's for Taurus people. This full moon that's ending, that possibly maybe this full moon that's ending in for Taurus is your children moving out, your children going to school, your children not needing you any longer, because it's a full moon, it's an ending of something. So they don't need you any longer. Now, since it's hitting Uranus, it's going to be a surprise. And it's going to be a surprise that can actually garner and or create a way for you to make more money. Because that Uranus is going to be in your second house. So whatever is ending for Taurus and Taurus rising, no. Whatever is ending for Taurus and Taurus rising people, it'll pump you up in the way, it'll pump you up in the way that you have a better identity and give you more self-esteem, more worth, okay? And possibly make some different types of money. Your children are leaving. Oh, I can make money this way now. I can use their room for X, Y, and Z. You get what I'm saying? Taurus rising people. That new moon solar eclipse in Aries, however, for Taurus, the newness that's coming in is going to hit in that 12th house. So only you are going to know what that new information feels like. It's going to be a subconscious change for Taurus people with that new energy coming on in. A subconscious, deep feeling of, I need to change some things about me. Now, let me pause real quick, because that's a big deal for Taurus energy. For them to be convinced, there's some things I need to change. That's not easy. But that's the way in which Taurus changes. They have to get it subconsciously. Right, D Stokes? In the 12th house. You got to get it in the 12th house. And what it will do, check that out. It's going to sextile your second house. It's going to sextile Jupiter in your second house. So once Taurus energy brings on this newness of subconscious energy, of things that you know that you need to do to change from the inside out, This newness of paying attention to your dreams and what your ancestors say to you in your dreams. This newness of taking on a new meditation practice for Taurus, right? It's going to help you not only make some more money or a different income again, yes, again, it's also going to help you to feel worthy of yourself, to feel valued, to give you more possessions too. I know that sounds a little all over the place, but it can be so many, like I said, a myriad of examples. I'm giving you a general take on each sign for each eclipse. Gemini, we're going through all of them, Phyllis. We're going through all of them, y'all. So just hold on tight. And I don't know if I'm a timestamp any of these because I just don't know how to do that. But if somebody wants to do that for me, I'd appreciate it. I don't know how to do that. You know, baby? Okay. Gemini, full moon, lunar eclipse. Hi to all the Taurus out there. Woohoo! Check that out. Calm peeps. Let me just do a little it's a commercial validation. Calm peeps. She says, I'm a Taurus, and my younger daughter told me that she is ready to move out and is considering going to grad school. Woohoo! There you go, mamas. There you go. And many blessings to her. Prayerfully that she is protected and guided, and she has a wonderful time. 111. Check that out. It's 111, y'all. Let's go. All right, Geminis, where y'all at? Gemini energy, that full moon lunar eclipse energy in Virgo is going to hit your fourth house. So what needs to end for Gemini energy? What's the eclipse, the shift that's happening for Gemini is in the fourth house. It has to do with home. It could possibly have to do with an elder. Maybe an elder is sick and on their way out. You're welcome. Maybe an elder is sick and on their way out. Maybe you need to sell your property. Maybe it's time to sell your property. You've been sitting on it for some time, and here comes the eclipse. Boom, here's a buyer. You understand? Maybe it's time to redecorate. You don't have to sell your house, but maybe it's time to remodel that kitchen, remodel the bathroom. Something drastic needs to be done in the home sector for Gemini energy. And it is going to be a surprise. I pray it's not this type of surprise, like a pipe burst in and all of a sudden you're forced to change up the plumbing system. You know what I mean? I hope it's not this kind of surprise where there are people with family members that lose their house and then all of a sudden you got 7 people living in your crib. Eclipse, cha-cha, all of a sudden change just happens. Again, this is Gemini. The ending of something in your home will help to garner surprises. Okay. Again, I feel for some of y'all, it is the elders, it is the senior citizens that need your assistance. Maybe you need to pull them in your home. Maybe you need to assist them in some kind of way or assist them in their home. You get what I'm saying? I think for a lot of y'all is it as well. This is me connecting with them as I give y'all practical information. When you see me look away, I think for a couple of y'all, it is about, I just lost it. Shit. Oh, I hate when I do that. Okay, it'll come back. It'll come back. It's not coming back. Okay, well, it's gone. Oh, I was going to say, whatever is ending in your house, in your home with your family, again, with Uranus sitting right there, it's a surprise. Oh, and it can also make you feel like a rebel. It can also make you feel unpopular. It can also make you feel like I'm the only one that's taking care of mom and I need some help. And shit, here's the situation. Your sister comes and helps you. Your brother comes and helps you. That's all I'm going to say for that, because I'm trying to go down the road and I can't. Okay, that's Gemini, full moon, lunar eclipse. Oh, right. Okay. That new moon solar eclipse. The new moon solar eclipse in Aries for Gemini situates itself in the 11th house. I love that. Why? Because that new moon energy coming for Geminis will show up either around your friendships, groups and organizations, or your future endeavors. Meaning the new moon solar eclipse, you are open to receive, Gemini, any new information, any new shifts that's going to come through your friends. But what I feel for most of us, most Geminis, is possibly a new shift that comes in regards to how you want to live your future. how you want to plan for your future. What are those endeavors for you? Maybe it changes. There was a moment for years you thought that you was going to be a nurse. You thought you was going to be a doctor. You thought that you was going to have your own business. And then all of a sudden, this new moon solar eclipse comes in on the 29th of March. And you go, you know what? I don't want to do none of that. I want to be a monk and go live in the Himalayas or some shit and don't talk to nobody. Like, for real, that's what eclipses do. And since that eclipse will be hitting, will be hitting Jupiter, which is going to be in your first house, it absolutely has to do with how you change your identity. So whatever is coming through in the future for Geminis, whatever information that's coming through your future endeavors, it wants to change how you show up in the world. It wants to change your identity. So before, staying with the example, you thought that you would be a nurse and service people. Maybe you being a monk, you can service people in a whole nother way. You can sit up on the mountain and chant and connect with everybody on the planet, and your prayers will assist us in a different kind of way. I know that's a far out example, but I'm trying to make it far out so y'all can understand. That's Gemini energy. You got that, Miss Ironetta? I'm so glad. Cancer, moving on because it's a lot, right? Cancer, full moon or Cancer rising, Cancer sun. Remember, check out your rising and your sun. Full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo for Cancer energy, it sits in the third house. So what that means, some things need to end when it comes to local situations, local bars, when it comes to how you say a thing, when it comes to how you write, when it comes to the things that you are writing about. You understand what I mean? Maybe Cancer rising people need not speak and or write in a way in which they did before because they possibly wasn't heard. And there's an eclipse event that's going to happen that says, shake up. I want you to be heard like this. I want you to speak like this. I want to turn this mic on so more people can hear you over here. Your views coming through how you communicate will be wider spread because some things need to end in how you communicated in the past. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that it shows up in your 11th house, meaning that the surprise, the assistance, Uranus's energy, the rebel force can come through your friends, can come through your future. What do you need to do in your future, Cancer? All right. As you decide to end some shit in your third house, how you used to speak, how you used to write, how you used to communicate with people. Again, let me say it a little simply. Change the way you think, possibly, maybe, Cancer, or it will be changed for you. So you can speak to your future endeavors. So you can speak to a group of people. So you can speak to your friends in a way in which you haven't before. And does that mean that you will lose a few friends? Possibly, maybe, because we're becoming new in this energy. Does that make sense? Regardless if it's a full moon or not, when the eclipse comes, it's new. It's changing some shit up. What's up to everybody coming on in? I'm so glad there's 15 strong in Instagram. You know, that's like 15,000 people. Like I said the other day. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you. If you want to share and exchange any energies, you can do so on Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. All the information is in my link and Instagram and in the description box here on YouTube. Please and very please support a sister with your energy. Cancer energy. Now, for new moon, we already talked about the full moon, what needs to end, right? The new, also full moon, you can be ending some relationships with your and or changing relationships with your siblings too. And that can look under the guise of argument. Some shit needs to happen. Emotional disruptions happen so you can switch your relationships with your siblings, Cancer. Now, new moon solar information, new information that's coming through is coming through your career, how you appear in the world. That's a big deal, Cancer people and Cancer rising people. New resources coming in quick, fast, and in a hurry in Aries energy. New projects sprouting out. for Cancer people, sitting in that 10th house, making you appear to be somebody different. Why? Because the 10th house is about the public stage. It's about your career. It's the world stage. It's rewards and recognition. So possibly maybe Cancer rising people, you getting an Oscar. You just got nominated for a Grammy. I know all the award seasons are behind us, but I'm looking at rewards, right? Maybe you got awarded I don't know, they're about to write an article on you in the New York Times. That's an award, a reward of some sort. Now, the beautiful thing about it is that Jupiter is hitting that. Remember, Jupiter is hitting that new moon information. For Cancer information. Here's the thing about it. Whatever is happening in that 10th house, whatever new information that's coming into you for your career, I love this. That Jupiter sits in your 12th house to go, I feel proud. All the energy that I feel based on this new information that's coming in, the rewards, the expansion, the skittles is within me, is within my subconscious. Not only pumps me up in a way in which I feel worthy, but literally, Spirit just showed me, like literally the blueprint, the situations, the makeup, the material that's inside of you switches. And there's a whole perspective change on how you see you, and how you relate to your ancestors and your guides, and how you meditate and you are connected spiritually. That's all 12th house information. Your spiritual life will be rewarded because people see you differently, because your career situation is differently. Again, let me give you an example. You get a new job. But this new job, this new way in which your career is showing, is presenting you right now, is making you feel pumped up on the inside. But not only that, you are being rewarded and clapped on by your ancestors because of the work that you have been doing. Cancer energy, are y'all hearing me? That's a big one, and that's for me. Ooh-wee. Forgive the sweat, y'all. This is getting heated. Ask questions if you need to. Ask questions if you need to. Moving on to Leo. Leo and Leo rising people. We're going through all 12 signs, y'all. So hold your hat. Let's roll. Full moon, lunar eclipse on the 14th. That Leo energy will sit in your second house. Now, check this out. It could possibly mean for some Leo energies that you are losing a job, and or because full moon is the ending, right? You may lose a job or lose an opportunity to make money in the way that you have been. Maybe there's an ending to how you felt worthless in a situation, and you're saying no more. You have gone out of denial. This is Leo and Leo rising people. You are no longer in denial about how dope you are. That's a big deal. And that's a situation. But an event needs to happen for you to get to that. Understand that. An event will happen for you to say, you know what? I'm worthy of this shit. Or you know what? I don't need to make money like this no more. I want to do it like this. You understand what I'm saying? Leo rising people. And that will affect what? Come on now. Your 10th house. That will affect your career. So Leo rising people, how you feel worthy about yourself, the changes that happens around your worth, the changes that come around your possessions. You may lose a house, you may lose a car, you may lose something in your home. The changes that happens around your worthiness will allow you to choose and or fall into a career choice or how you are presented to the world a whole lot different. So if you see yourself to be dope now, because your worthiness have changed, now you're going to accept and a switch up kind of feel, because Uranus is in that 10th house, and a switch up kind of feel, a new job, a new career choice that says, oh, you feel good about yourself? Well, about time, motherfucker. So you're no longer going to work at the post office. We're going to put you on stage so the world can see you, because you've been singing in the van, with the UPS van for the last 5 years. And ain't nobody hear you singing. You ain't even get on goddamn, now you're going to be on American Idol. So the whole world can hear you sing. We're going to switch up your career based on the fact that you feel worthy of the thing. Does that make sense? Ooh, this feels good. I'm so glad I prayed, y'all, because this information is coming on through. I hope this is working for you. I really, really, really do. And if it does, share it. Leos and Leo rising people, that new moon information, the new moon solar eclipse, the new switch ups that are coming in through the ninth house. So the new switch ups that are coming in, Leo and Leo rising people, are allowing you to feel what? Expanded. Ninth house is God's house. This new resources, these new switch ups that are coming in are making you feel bigger than ever, or giving you travel opportunities possibly, or allowing you to apply and or go to a particular school to get more information, more knowledge, right? Allow you to meet your best teacher, allow you to meet some students in which you can be a teacher too. Leo rising people. And this is going to what? Expand your future endeavors. Real good light, because this happen. You want to be bigger and better for you and own you, right? It'll allow you to take that pride that you have, Leo rising people, and ignite your future, ignite your friendships, ignite groups and organizations. Possibly, maybe it's time to use that expansion and teach some other people. Start some workshops, really get on this World Wide Webby thingy, and expand your view, expand your audience, so people can see the goodness that are coming through you. Now, this is a little Sonja Marie kind of squirrel caveat to that. Make sure it comes from the heart. Make sure it comes from deep in your soul. In my opinion, we don't need no more fakeums. We don't need no fakes on this World Wide Web. We don't need no fakeums teaching groups of people and you half-ass know your information. I'm not just picking on Leo people. That's just something that was hit to me. So I'm going to give it to you. All right, Leos, this new information that's coming in the ninth house could feel quite inspiring. You know what I mean? You can feel better than ever, and bravo, good for you. But when you put it out in the world, when you put out in that 11th house for your future situations, and Jupiter is sitting right there giving you the awards from it, watch your pride. Watch ego. You're giving it to yourself, you're giving it back to the people. That generous Leo soul. Let's go. Virgo, all right. That full moon lunar eclipse is sitting on you because it's in Virgo, right? Let me cross my legs and get more comfortable. Because it's in Virgo, right? I'm still talking. So that means all things Virgo needs to end in Virgo. I mean, when you look at it as a gosh darn equation, that's really what it is. Full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo for Virgos means you got to check yourself, because the shit that's Virgo like, you need to end. You need to bring to an end, and it's sitting in your first house. So this is hard for Virgos. Understand this, in Virgo rising people, because again, like I explained a little earlier, Virgo energy don't like to be found out, y'all. Virgo energy don't like to be found out. It don't like to end nothing, because if it ends full moon eclipse, if the rug is pulled out, it automatically translates to that Virgo energy and Virgo rising people. I made a mistake. Oh my gosh, I made a mistake. What did I do wrong? Nobody says you did anything wrong. The eclipse happens with or without your consent. Understand that. So it's asking you to switch up some deep-seated shit, Virgo, that you have about your own identity, the denial that you're in, the perfectionism that you harbor. You understand what I'm saying? This is for Virgo energy, Virgo rising and Virgo sun people. And if and when you do that, a surprise, Uranus, a surprise will somehow get into that ninth house and make you expand. So here's the thing. If you have this fear, Virgo energy of, oh, I got to switch some things about me. I got to switch my habits. I have to switch my identity. I have to switch how I show up in the world, how people know me. And that means I may have done wrong before. I may have made a mistake, or I just need to switch it up. Well, when you do that, boo-boo, you got Uranus sitting there with the Idris Elba surprise. Who's picking you up off the floor? The ninth house. Idris Elba in the ninth house going, yo, it's okay. We're going to expand. God got your hand. Now you look like the teacher. Now you look like the one who's inspired or who's inspiring others. Now you can travel. When you change up your identity, now you get a new, this is all ninth house stuff. Now there's a new opportunity for you to travel, for you to go all over the world, because you look at yourself differently now and you accept that. You accept that thing, because that's the catch. If that Virgo rising person does not accept the fact that some shit needs to change, you can stay caught in this loop forever. Don't do that. And eclipses will shake you. So you got to pay attention to what the eclipse is saying, okay? Especially if there's an award in your ninth house. The ninth house is sitting there going, yo, I'm going to make you closer to God out this mug. So accept it. See your things, boo-boo. Tamara said, I want an Idris Elba surprise. I want to be chocolate wasted. Virgo, that new moon, here's the balance. New moon solar eclipse, though, the thing that you are receiving sits in your eighth house. Ooh, wee. That's new contracts. That's new legalities. That's new information that's coming in quick, fast, real, like that may maybe change up your sex life and or your sexual identity. Understand this, that eighth house is deep. So Virgo energy, that information that's coming in, I'm going to stay with the legalities. Possibly maybe there's some new papers that need to be signed in your favor, new contracts, new publishing situations that needs to be signed in your favor, new lawsuits that are opening up and switching and that are going to be decided in your favor. And how about this? It will affect your career. Whatever contracts that need to be signed, also eighth house is other people's money. Let's say Virgo rising people, you've been filling out grants and shit, loans and shit, trying to get a student loan, trying to get scholarships or whatever. It will come out in your public house, meaning everybody will know you got that loan, you got that scholarship. Why? Because you about to go to school, because you about to get this money and do X, Y, and Z. You understand what I'm saying? Let me leave it like that. I hope that makes sense. Ooh, Virgos, I like that for y'all. I like that for y'all too, because when that new moon sits in the eighth house, sometimes, even though it can come out in legalities and all the things I just listed, sometimes it's real subconscious and you don't know what it feels like, but it grows within you too. The eighth house is Scorpio's house, so it's deep. It's a deep growth that's happening within you that's affecting how you show up in your career. So the deeper you are, and the deeper the changes are, the better you are in your workplace, Virgo rising. And I know you want to be better in your workplace because y'all the worker of the zodiac. Get that? Make sense? Please ask questions. Please ask questions if you don't. I love the fact that you're responding. Yes, Medea. Come on, Medea and Kimberly. The two Virgos in the house. Ashley, you here? Okay, Libra, let's move it on. All the Libra rising people, let's go. That full moon lunar eclipse, I hope this information is helpful for y'all. I really, really do. I'm doing my best to be as concise as possible and listen to spirit as I do this. Again, if you want to exchange energy, hit me up on Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. I'd appreciate that thing. Or at the very least, share this video with your peoples. Make the shit go viral. I'm just saying. Sonja never been viral before. I never really wanted to, but actually, it might be fun. Libra, full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo is sitting in your 12th house. That's a secret. So here's the deal. Whatever you need to end, Libra energy, ain't nobody gonna know about. Whatever needs to end is the imperfections of yourself, but it's hidden. 12th house is the attic. Nobody knows what that thing is. It will shake you so deeply, you'll be, I'm going to say this lightly, embarrassed, or you won't want to give up that information so easily, like how the eclipse affected you. Or maybe you will. Maybe you can be vulnerable with one or two people. Like, girl, I just had the massive realization. Girl, I had this dream last night. This is Libra rising people. I had this dream last night that totally shook my world. My grandmother came and said blah, 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 and it had everything to do with what I was just thinking about the other day. They're attacking the eclipse. It's changing, attacking, moving around your subconscious. In a way, Libra and Libra rising people, it wants to make you better from the inside out. Don't fight it. Don't fight it, okay? Because the changes is happening. Uranus is sitting in your eighth house going, yo, yo, yo. The surprise switch up, the Idris Elba switch up is that possibly, maybe, you can be deeper for it. Whatever changes need to happen in your 12th house, your perspective on the world, Libra and Libra rising people, could possibly open up. And you're not as cerebral as you used to be, or you can be, that you actually have a little bit more empathy, that you actually can see through people and understand why they do X, Y, and Z. Or that whatever changes that happens in your 12th house, whatever switch ups that happen internally, whatever messages your grandmother and your grandfather give you in your dreams, possibly maybe they're talking about some contracts that need to be signed. Possibly maybe they're talking about this lawsuit that's been pending, that's going to end in your favor, because Uranus is sitting in that eighth house of contracts. You get what I'm saying? Hopefully, maybe. I did my best to try to set it up. Don't let me lose you. Ask questions. Libra rising people, it will be balanced out with that new moon solar eclipse in Aries hitting in your 7th house. Come on now. That means what's happening is that new opportunities as a business partner, as a personal relationship is coming into your life. So we end some things that's happening in our subconscious. Look at that full moon energy, right? To only turn around 2 weeks later and to get a new partner because of it. That makes sense to me, boo-boos. How about y'all? Libra rising people? That makes all the sense in the world, because you had to switch up some shit about you in order for the new moon solar eclipse to switch up and give you a new partner, business partner even. Or at the very least, reveal your competition. That's 7th house shit too. New information that tells you who you are in competition with. I'm not talking petty shit, petty competition. I'm talking about viable competition. Oh, I invented X, Y, and Z. I need to research who's my competition in this. So when I go to Shark Tank and I try to get some money, I know my I know my information, and I know who's going up against me. I know how to be better than them. I know how to be different than them. I know that sounds far-fetched, but that hits for somebody. Again, new moon information is coming through for Libras and Libra rising people in that 7th house. So new partnerships are coming. A new boo is coming. Now, when I say a new boo, I don't mean that you're in love with him, no. 7th house don't have nothing to do with love. It has to do with partnership. One-on-one, you do this, I'll do this. So when we get together, we create a better whole. Y'all get that? You and your attorney, you and your accountant, you and your husband, you and your wife, you and your, I don't know, you and your manager. You get what I'm saying? And what happens is the expansion will happen in your life, because Jupiter's sitting in your 9th house. So here's the deal. When that new partner comes into your life, new business partner, Libra rising people, here comes the expansion of you. You begin to travel. You begin to hit up new philosophies and religions and different cultures. You get it. You begin to get a teacher, be a teacher. Get a new teacher is what I wanted to say. Get into new workshops, into new things. Get involved in new ways that allows your brain to expand, new books to read. You understand what I mean? Come on. This new bow that you have introduces you to a whole library of science. And you're like, I never been interested in science before. Well, now you are. And you found some good things about it that helps to do what? Expand your life. When I say expansion, I mean expand you as a person, as a being. Brings you new opportunities for you to feel better about being on the planet. That's why I'm so hyped, because all of these switch ups and changes are absolutely happening for the better. You recognize I didn't say no square need to nothing. There's no squares. with these eclipses that are happening. Now, they could square something in your chart. I can't see your chart right now. But in regards to the information that I'm telling you right now, the general information about these eclipses, how the full moon is landing and how it's affecting Uranus in the best way, and how the new moon is landing, both eclipses, and affecting Jupiter in a nice way. Like we have the opportunity to make the best out of this, but you got to look for it. You got to look for it, and you got to bypass any challenges that are coming your way, and or just walk through it, deal with it. Come on, Libra rising people, invite those partnerships that you want, that you've been praying for, so you can expand your mind and your view to the world. Let's go. Scorpios up next. Scorpio rising people. Thank y'all for holding on. It's been 1 hour and 39 minutes and 7 seconds. Good God Almighty. But we're going to do this thing because I'm committed. You want to exchange some energy? Hit up PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. I'd appreciate that. Scorpio, full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo will hit in your 11th house. So Scorpios, there's some friendships that need to go. Go. There's some friendships, there's some alliances, there's some groups and organizations that just do not fit anymore. You need to get a new choir group. You need to get a new you need to get a new set of friends that are just not seeing you the way you need to be seen. Scorpio rising people. The beautiful thing about that, it'll be ushered in and possibly shifted by a new partner. Meaning, here's an example. Maybe you're going to get some new friends, new groups and organization, but who introduces you to them? A new beau. Who introduces you to them? A new business partner. You get that? Scorpio, it's time to change your scene. Any Scorpios out there? It's time to change the scene, the people, the situations that are around you. It's time to end any future ideas that you've had. You've grown. You've matured, Scorpio. You're the deepest fucking sign in the zodiac. You get the thing. Unlike a lot of other people, you get the depth of life and its existence. So this full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo is saying, yo, you have to, did I say full moon? Yeah. Full moon is saying we have to end some things in which we have been harboring on in regards to our future, because I'm a little deeper now. So I want my future to go differently. My dreams and my expectations about where I'm going is a lot different right now. And possibly my business partners and my beau, the people who are with me as a partner, can assist in that way and help me make that change quicker than quick. All right, Miss Raisha, I hope this information resonates with you. Let me know if it does or not. You too, Miss Pat. That new moon information that's coming in for y'all, though, that Scorpio information. The new moon information in Aries that's coming in for Scorpios is hitting that 6th house. So that means on a daily basis, you got to do something different. What's changing on your daily basis? What's changing? Your health regimens. What's changing? Your daily activity, the things you do day to day in order for your days and your rituals throughout your days to garner a better life, a better existence. That means walking every day, Miss Pat. Does that mean you being shifted? Again, this is an eclipse. So a lot of us may not see all the things that I'm talking about, because eclipses come in and shake up your world to say, oh yeah, we got to do that thing that Sonja was talking about last week. So this could be future telling for a bunch of y'all, or it could be something that you've been feeling. Or like the sweet lady said, her daughter says she wanted to leave. It can be something that's been mounting up. Okay. So don't accuse me of telling a lie until the end of the month or 6 months, actually, because you have up until 6 months for this to actually happen and show itself. Scorpios, that new moon information that's coming in your 6th house again says we need new health regimens. We need new daily activities. We need new rituals. We need new ways in which you deal with your coworkers. We need new coworkers. We need new people to be on our side to help us to assist what it is that we need to do in this world, in your job, your jobby job, not your career, your jobby job, the thing you do all day. Okay. I really, really hope and pray, because that Jupiter in the 8th house is saying if you get new coworkers, possibly maybe people will invest in you. If you get new business partners or people to work side by side, if you conjure up a new daily activity, possibly maybe that loan will come through, or that particular legality will open up for you. I don't know how that works for some people. I'm just throwing it out there like that. Possibly maybe if you get your health together, get your body together, your sex life can be better. I mean, it sounds a little too crass and a little TMI, but it really ain't. Because truly, you need to treat your body good in order for your body to respond when it comes to sex and how you feel. Eighth house deals with sex. That's where Jupiter is. When that new moon goes down, Jupiter's in the eighth house for you, Scorpio. So if you treat your body right, I mean, maybe you got energy to put it on them. Put it on them, goddammit, put it on them. Sagittarius, let's go. Sagittarius, let's go. Sagittarius rising and Sagittarius sun people. That hits, Raisa. I'm so happy for that. I'm happy. Again, I pray on this information as it comes through. So I know it's God laced for sure. Sagittarius rising. She's here. Miss Tiff Griff, Sagittarius in the house. Ow. That Sagittarius rising and Sagittarius sun people. This full moon lunar eclipse, first and foremost, is going to square you. Possibly, maybe. But that doesn't mean some good things can't come out. Right? That full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo squares both Sag and Gemini, by the way. So what I say for you for that full moon, it may shake you a little bit, but you can garner the best results if you stay focused on what it is that we talked about and what it is that's coming through for you. The new moon solar eclipse in Aries will square Cancer and Capricorn. So it may be difficult for this new information to come through, but it can, as long as you stay focused on what's right for you. Be open to receive, okay? Don't fight it, is the point. So for Sag, full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo sits in your 10th house. A career choice may have to come to an end. How you present yourself to the world may have to come to an end. Somebody may possibly take an award or a reward or do not acknowledge you in the way that you need to be acknowledged. That will be a surprise for you. Like, wait, what? I just bust my booty on this career thing, this situation, and y'all ain't even leave me a banana? Possibly, maybe, right? But it's okay, because the switch ups that are happening, that Uranus switch up is sitting in your 6th house going, it's all right. They don't have to acknowledge you, boo-boo. We're going to go back to the drawing board. We're going to go back to that 6th house information. What do we need to do on a daily basis in which we can acknowledge our damn selves? Because if the world don't acknowledge us and things are coming to an end in that regard, I lose my career choice. I lose how I'm being presented to the world. It's okay. I can start it differently. I can do things differently in my daily activity. Within my health, maybe possibly you got to get your health going again. You understand what I'm saying? In order to bring back and or move forward your career choices, get a new one. You understand what I'm saying? It's all right if the things are changing in regards to how you present yourself to the world, Sag. You're resourceful, trust and believe, but it only means that you have to have a different daily practice. And Sagittarius, I'm just going to say this, have a lot of energy, but have less discipline. Sagittarius have a lot of get up and go, let's move a thing, but are you determined to do the things every single day that garner better results? That's what it's asking you. This full moon eclipse is asking you to do, okay? Do things differently on a daily basis to garner better results. New moon solar eclipse for Sag and Sagittarius people is sitting in that 5th house. Wonderful. New love information is coming for you. Your children will feel differently about you and or are doing some wonderful, wonderful things. Your Sagittarius people loves fun. 5th house is about fun. So new ways of having fun, Sag and Sag rising people. Not in the plethora of ways in which you have fun, because again, Sag energy loves to have fun, but what's a new and improved way in which you can have fun? I'm going to stick on and creativity. Sag and Sagittarius rising people, what new projects, what new form of creativity you want to do? You want to learn how to play the banjo? You want to learn how to play the harmonica? You want to go to paint and sip every month? and don't get too drunk. New creative ideas. And creativity don't have to be just art. It could be, I mean, creating something, just new ideas of inventing something. You dig what I'm saying? Bringing things out of the ethers and putting it in our faces like, hey, look what I created. That kind of creation. It don't just have to be art. Okay, Sag and Sag rising people. But when that happens, look at that. Jupiter's in the seventh house, garnering different partners. So possibly maybe you decide to write a book, right? You write a book, and then there's somebody that's sitting next to you, go, well, you know, I work for a publishing company. I'll be your new partner in this situation because you decided to write the book, Becca. Because you decided that Eclipse came in and said, you know what, enough is enough. Write this thing. Enough is enough. Get this project off the ground. Enough is enough, Becca. We need to hear some new music, baby. Enough is enough. And then the next thing you know, here comes your partner. Jupiter in the seventh house, Sag. Here comes your new partners. Here comes your boyfriend or your girlfriend going, oh, I know a guy that knows a guy. Let me manage you and get this thing off the ground. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, Sag and Sagittarius rising people. What you do in regards to love, even the new information that you want to love yourself differently. Let me use that as an example for show. You say to yourself, you know what? I deserve to be loved. X, Y, and Z, A, B, C. The seventh house where Jupiter is sitting at that eclipse of I decided to love myself differently, so I need love to come to me differently. And boom, out of nowhere, here comes the partner. Here comes the seventh house partner to represent that new love that you feel so new in your space, in your heart, in your area that I need this. I deserve this. But here they come representing it for you. Congratulations, Sag. 3 more signs and we'll be done. Capricorn rising people. That full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo will hit that ninth house. I love this for Sag people. Why? Because the ninth house for Sag people is a little out of place, meaning Sagittarius rising and Sagittarius sun people are really, really serious people. But this full moon in Virgo says, listen, I want to eradicate all the outdated ways in which you thought you were growing in as. Did that make sense? Capricorn and Capricorn rising people says to themselves, for instance, if I do X, Y, and Z, I'll be the smartest ones in the room. If I travel ABC, I will be the most learned, the most cultured ones in the room. That's Capricorn for you. Self-righteous in a motherfucker. Trust and believe it. And they will lean on that thing that makes them self-righteous until an eclipse comes in their ninth house, which I'm explaining, and tells you to switch it up, and show yourself that there's another plateau to arrive at. There's more countries to visit. There's more ways to expand yourself. And once you do that expansion, here comes new love in that fifth house. Here comes the switch ups in your fifth house. Here comes new creativity. Here comes new ways of you having fun, Capricorn and Capricorn rising people. Capricorn energy does not like to have fun. I'm not going to say they're not fun people and they don't like to shake a jig and, switch a tail feather every now and again. But to be truthful with you, 9 times out of 10, if a Capricorn can't make money at some shit, and can't rise to the top or some shit, it's like, why am I here? Well, that's why that full moon is sitting in your ninth house saying, look, switch it up, man. You have other plateaus to rise in. You have other ways to expound in. That's absolutely going to come out in your way of being fun, in your way of creating situations. You understand, Capricorn rising people? Nice to see you too, Gordon. I hope this makes sense to y'all because it's all about just taking off the serious glasses for a second and recognizing there's absolutely more mountains to climb, but these mountains that you climb will make you feel like a ninth grader. Because again, starting out with this, it's like Sag, really Capricorn really pumps themselves up for knowing it all, for being the better one in the room. But if that full moon is sitting, that full moon is sitting in that ninth house, it's saying, yo, you're not the smartest one in the room. There's actually some other levels and some other things that you can learn and expound on. So you're a ninth grader all over again. You're new on campus all over again, but take pride in that so you can not only grow, but that you can love differently. You can have better fun. You can expound on your creativity, invite more in, boo-boo, so you can grow bigger and better. That new moon information for you, Cap, in Aries, even though it squares you, is showing up in your fourth house. So the new information that's coming in will maybe possibly garner some new relationships with your family, will possibly garner a new, not only a new trip, but a new residence. Do you have to move all of a sudden? It's favorable because remember, the new moon for everybody, that new moon eclipse hits up Jupiter. So this new moon energy in your fourth house, Cap, says, okay, I need to redecorate, or I need to move, or my relationships with my family will be better and different. New information comes in. So what? On a daily basis, Jupiter can shine. So every day my rituals are different. If I have to move from New York to China on a daily basis, I'm doing something different. I'm no longer waking up and going to the bagel shop. I'm waking up and going to the cherry blossoms, or that's in Japan, right? Well, you got to move to Japan. You're going to watch the cherry blossoms at 6 in the morning. You have new rituals that you have to do, new daily activities, new health regimens that you have to do. If you're working on your house, maybe you build a gym in your house so you don't have to spend money on goddamn gym memberships. You get what I'm saying? That's sixth house, gym, health, working out. I hope y'all get this, and I hope these examples fall somewhere. Come on, Capricorn. It's time for you to not only expound in your house, but here's the information I just heard. It's time for you to give your house a little bit more love. Give it a little bit more energy. It's Aries, so you got to start something. You got to start something in your home. That project, that redecoration project, or whatever the case may be, right? You got to start something, give it energy, clean it out. So what? The surprises can come on a daily basis. If you redecorate your home on a daily basis, you feel better, lighter, fresher. You feel like you live in a whole new house. It'll show up for you in the best way possible. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius rising people and Aquarius sun people. If this information is hitting you and you feel generous, please send me $5, $10, $20, $16,000 in my Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. I will accept it all graciously. Especially the latter. Give me that 16K, y'all. Kamau got to go to school. Aquarius rising people. Full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo sits in your 8th house. Possibly some contracts, some agreements in which you thought was solid and real has fell through. Aquarius, this is not bad news, because possibly maybe it needed to end. Possibly the thought that you had about a loan or a scholarship that you thought was going to come through didn't happen. But that doesn't mean it all ends. That only means that possibly, maybe, with Uranus sitting in your 4th house, a family member can give you that money. Possibly, maybe you selling your home, or you offering your back room to another person and getting and collecting some rent needs to happen. Maybe that's where other people's money needs to come from. You thought maybe people were going to invest in your project, and it's actually your not a business that's investing in your project. Maybe it's a neighbor that's investing in your project. Aquarius rising people. The thing that's ending surrounding your sex life, contracts, other people's money, loans, royalties, the thing that's ending, eclipse style, will show up at home, will show up through your family. Aquarius rising people. Now, I want to add this little caveat, because Aquarius energy, it's not that they don't love their family. Okay. Aquarius energy has a better time, an easier time loving their friends and people that are strangers more than they can love their family. Why? Because their family presents confrontation, in which Aquarius energy does not like. Hear what I'm saying? Aquarius don't like confrontation. So it's possible when this eclipse energy comes in for you, Aquarius, and you can't get your money, or an agreement goes belly up or just gets taken out from underneath your feet, and you have to rely on your family. Possibly, maybe you're going to have to open up your heart a little bit more in order for your family to give you that shit. I'm just saying, in order for you to receive it. I'm just saying. Does that make sense? Come on, Aquarius rising people, talk to me. Let it be known. For those that are coming in late, we have gone through all 12 signs almost, talking about this upcoming eclipse season. If you missed your sign, because we're on Aquarius right now, we got Pisces to go, come back to the recording. Share it, please. Share it with people, those that you know and love. I'd appreciate that thing there, like so much so. I would really, really appreciate that. And or donate $5, $10,000 to my Venmo, my Cash App, or my PayPal. All right. That new moon, though, Aquarius, that new energy that wants to come in swift and fast, like the eclipse that it is in Aries, which is a good sign for you, right? It's sitting in your third house. So that makes all the sense in the world. So that means that possibly maybe how you ask for things, how you write things. Maybe you need to write a different grant. Maybe you need to ask. Maybe you need to go to local environments like nonprofit organizations. Maybe you need to go to your local cleaners or something to ask for help. The point of the matter is that the new information that's coming through that wants to shift your world is coming through Gemini's house, and how you communicate. There are ways in which you need to ask a little bit differently. That makes all the sense in the world. As I'm fishing for some help right now, Spirit's like, yo, because Aquarius, I wouldn't say they're proudful. That's more Leo energy, right? Aquarius just thinks they know everything, right? And that Aquarius energy will possibly have to be shaken by an eclipse in order to ask. Y'all get what I'm saying? In order to communicate, in order to speak, in order to figure out information a little bit differently, because you may think you know everything. You may think you have the answers. There are other people that have other answers. So in order to get these blessings that are coming through for you in this new moon solar eclipse, Aquarius, you're going to have to release the fact and surrender to the fact that you don't know it all, boo-boo. And that possibly your siblings have an answer for you. Possibly your neighbors have an answer for you. Possibly your local environment in which they can give you some money, right? Or give you some help, help you bring in the blessings. They have an answer for you, because where it's coming from, or I should say, Jupiter is sitting in your fifth house. So if this new information is coming to you on how you receive the information differently, while knowing that you don't have all the answers, maybe it can garner some new love. Maybe it can garner some new opportunities for you when it comes to creativity. Maybe you'll meet your beau. You know what I mean? Maybe you'll fall in love with yourself a little bit deeper because you did what? You opened up to new information. That fifth house is not just about loving other people. It first begins with loving us, loving ourselves. So if Jupiter is sitting in that fifth house for you, Aquarius, it's a way in which you need to love yourself a little bit more if you open up your ears and realize that you don't know all the things. Can I say that again? You don't know all the things. Okay, last sign. Been talking for 2 hours and 1 minute and 57 seconds. Pisces, get your questions together, because I'm going to give you all a few minutes to ask some questions that you may need some clarity on. Please and very please, I'd appreciate that. Pisces, last sign, full moon, lunar eclipse in Virgo is happening in your seventh house. There are some business partners that need to be eradicated. There are some business partners. There are some personal partners, some boyfriend, girlfriend, husband or wives, where the relationship will go belly up, where the relationship will be like, we're done. We've come to an end. I'm just saying, where you may find out your competition and be like, they're doing things X, Y, and Z. I need to do it a different kind of way. Full moon lunar eclipse for Pisces energy will allow your connections, your partnerships to change drastically. Now, Pisces, please don't get your feelings hurt. People need to go. Sometimes people just need to go. Don't get sensitive about it. We need to close a chapter in order to begin a new one. And for you, what is going to help you, Pisces people, when these relationships end, is to bring better communication. It's in the third house, Jupiter is, to bring better communication, bring rewards around your siblings, to bring rewards around local situations. So possibly maybe you end a relationship or two, but you find better information and or connections with people that are in your neighborhood. Maybe you find a new beau that live right next to you. I'm just saying. Or a new partnership that lives right next to you. I'm just saying. Third house is neighborhood. Jupiter is in that third house while this full moon is going down. So one thing is ending, but it's highlighting something different. Come on now, let them go, Pisces. Let them roll. All right. New moon, though, Pisces. The new moon information that's coming through for you is sitting in that second house. Let's do it. Why? Because that second house deals with possessions. That second house deals with earned income. That second house deals with worthiness and value. You dig what I'm saying? So that means, Pisces, for you, that new moon information that's coming in quick and fast, here comes a new way to earn some money. Here comes some new possessions. Here comes a new car, a new boat. Here comes a new mansion. Here comes something new. Some new jewelry that makes you feel good about you. You understand what I'm saying? Things that you can hold close to your heart. Again, that's of value. Maybe somebody gifts you your grandmother's shawl that you thought was lost in a fire or something. Newness that makes you feel worthy, that makes you feel good from the inside out. And it sextiles what? Jupiter in the fourth house. So not only are you benefiting from this new form of income, but your house is, your family is benefiting from. You understand what I'm saying? You get this new form of income, new moon sitting in that second house that says, yo, now we can build an addition to the house. Now we can build, or I should say, have our cousins come and live with us that got caught in that fire. Now we can do better. We can do more for people. Pisces always want to do for people. You understand? Allow that new moon energy to come into that second house and change up your whole vision of who you are from the inside out. So you can get more love, right? So you can get more, that's the second house. So you can get more, fourth house. You can get more love through your family. You can build your home. You can, thank you for reminding me of that. You can absolutely, you feeling better about yourself in the second house, you can absolutely take that feeling and feel better about your ancestors that want to come through. What that looks like specifically is possibly maybe Pisces rising people. You get to a point where you don't necessarily feel good about you. You feel blocked. You feel like, who am I? What am I doing here? What's my value and my worth? Well, that eclipse is going to sit in that second house to show you, allow you to remove the block so you can hear your ancestors, fourth house. The ancestors tell you how dope you are. Your elders tell you how dope you are. Talk to your mother, talk to your peoples, and let them be a reflection of how dope you are and to validate that thing. We don't need outside validation, but sometimes we just need a reflection to go, yeah, you've been doing this thing. You've been doing it. Look, X, Y, and Z. Pump yourself up. Feel better about you. All right? That's a mouthful, y'all. And I think I'm done after 2 hours and 6 minutes. Do you have any questions here on Instagram or on, I am on fire, Miss Irene, my sweet Leo sister. I love you. And I hope that this was beneficial for you, Miss Irene, and everybody else. Really, 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 really. I really, really do. Please come back and leave some comments here on YouTube if you'd like. Also on Instagram, because this is going to stay here. And let us know how this eclipse season is working out for you. Again, my name is Sonja Marie, and I have a way of channeling. I have a way of giving the info in a way in which I listen to my people. So my eclipse rundown may not look like other people's eclipse rundown, and that's okay. That's all right. Get all the information that you need to compile how it's going to resonate with you and how it's going to work for you. I'm just one out of many Okay, you're very, very welcome, everybody. I really, really appreciate your attention, your time, your shares, your donations, if you have, your energy, your prayers. Put a bit of light around your sister, okay? And as I pray for you to receive all the things that you need to receive, I was gonna pick a card. As I pray for y'all, want a card? Yes or no? As I pray for you and to receive all the things that you need to receive and or end for that matter in this eclipse season, I pray that you get that so we can be better, so we can be better, we can do better, we can move into this moment better. And what I mean by this moment, as I hear this download coming through, this March is like a gosh darn, the whole month is like a portal into a place in which we've never been before, right? And if we can stay true to the things that need to shift, need to go out, need to pull in, we're better for it. We stay on track with it. Neptune is going into Aries. There's a couple of retro planets, Venus and Mercury, happening this month, but it's all changing us. And literally, I just saw like small intestines out on the table. Like small intestines, we're being found out and gutted out. Because at the end of this season, at the end of this month, going into April, there's no more excuses, y'all. Can I say that louder than loud? Oh, a couple of people do want a card. Y'all want a card real quick to just give y'all an overview of this eclipse season? There's no more excuses. When you've been given instructions, not just by me, I'm just talking about in your dream time. You've been given instructions in the shower. Your grandfather shows up while you park in your car. You understand what I'm saying? They come in as angels, as strangers on the street. You understand? They've been telling us. Right? Oh, thank you, Goddess 444. I appreciate that. They've been telling us. They've been telling us. So there's no more excuses after this incredible, like, again, I just saw the small intestines, this incredible explosion of our insides being out on the table. Like, yep, you see it all. You see it all. Here it is. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do, Hammer? Sit there and put the blame on somebody else? Sit there and justify it. Oh, I'll do it this summer. A little bit. The universe is conspiring in our favor. Let's go, Charlene Jones. The universe is conspiring in our favor, but we got to recognize that thing and shake those past feelings. The moon is about feelings. This is all about how you feel. This is all about how you express. But our expressions are important because sometimes they lead the way. Sometimes they create choices and decisions that our spirit really don't want to do. So we got to check our expressions. We got to check on how our expressions are coming to check on us through these eclipses, shaking shit up, going, nope, not no more. You ain't doing this. Let's do this. You get that? There's an overwhelming yes on this card. So I'm going to spread one. For those that want to check on out, thank you for showing up. But for the folks that want to hear one card and what Spirit wants to bring through, that helps us to see what this whole eclipse season is going to be about for all of us. Yes, in a general perspective, but if we keep this card and this message on the forefront of our brain, I guarantee it will help us to move through this thing, because that's going to be my prayer. Y'all ready? Just give me a second. Amen. Let's roll. Come on, God. What you got for us? What you got? 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 So interesting. So interesting how information comes through me. If anybody has ever had a reading with me, I'm wondering what you see. Because what's interesting is how I feel when I allow spirit to come on through. How it changes my body. Okay, enough, because I don't want to go into a whole explanation. Y'all ready for the card? Y'all ready for the card? Ow. Ooh. Ooh. I wasn't expecting that. Hold on, let me get to the my block is so loud. This is interesting, y'all. And I'm a rock with it. So are we. Suppression. This makes all the sense in the world on some level. Why? Because full moon eclipses almost always blasts open some type of suppression. When I read it, possibly you'll understand. Also, new moon eclipses can blast open some kind of suppression, because all of us have all been in this vibration. I'm trying to get both YouTube and Instagram. Oh, thank you, Miss Raisa. I appreciate you saying that. This information, this suppression, is the opposite of the eclipses. Y'all get that? Without me feeling like I'm stretching. It's because eclipses blast us open in any way. It ends some things, it brings some new things in, as I explained 50,000 times over in this last 2 hours. This is what needs to be woken up. What are you suppressed by? Your conditioning, your emotions, your idea of yourself. There's a plethora of things that you're holding back. Does this make sense, y'all? Come on now. Let me read it. Let's see how it hits you. The figure on this card is quite literally all tied up in knots. His light still shines within, but he has repressed his own vitality, trying to meet so many demands and expectations. He has given up all his own power and vision in return for being accepted by the very same forces that have imprisoned him. I love that sentence, so I'm going to read it again. He has given up all his own power and vision in return for being accepted by the very same forces that have imprisoned him. Come on now. The danger of suppressing one's own natural energy in this way is apparent in the cracks of a volcanic eruption about to take place around the edges of the image. The real message of this card is to find a healing outlet for this potential explosion. It is essential to find a way to release full moon eclipse, whatever tensions and stresses might be building up inside you right now. Beat on a pillow, jump up and down, go outside in the wilderness and scream at the empty sky. Anything to shake up your energy and allow it to circulate freely. Do not wait for a catastrophe to happen. Ashe. I hope this landed. Do y'all see how this can relate to the eclipse energy? We need to allow. Eclipses come in hot and heavy. Yup, they shake up some shit. Yup, it feels like an earthquake. It's a big ass surprise. And most of the time, it's something that we don't feel is popular and we don't want to do. However, some never is shaking us up from what it is that we've been sitting on. It's shaking us up from what it is that we've been compiling. I'm not going to tell you the image that I just had in my head, but like caked up shit, literal shit. That's suppression. Things that we've been feeling or who we are and what we need to do, and we suppress it, we hold it, the anger, all the things, all the mistakes, all the imperfections, all the people. Do I need to go on? This eclipse says, yo, I'm coming in to shake this shit up. So be ready. And you can help yourself to be ready, is the real message, by just going outside and shaking it off, by getting up and having a 5-minute dance break, by allowing the energies that are around you that are obvious that you've been holding yourself back on, allow those energies just to fall. So what? You can be aware, you can be open to receive what the eclipse season has for you. Okay? Again, I really hope in my heart of hearts this has helped you in some kind of way. Share it, meditate on it, Breathe through it and allow the best things to happen in your life right now. It's time, y'all. It's absolutely time. I love you. Take care of yourself, all right? Adios, beautifuls. Peace.